This city is your oyster, so top it up with England's capital and follow me on my journey to London Bridge as our destination. I hop onto the TfL Underground at Wimbledon South as I begin the Northern Line from this station. The tube is well rehearsed with its lines. After all, 1863 was the year it was born. Breezes through Collier's Wood within the blink of an eye, like it's a cocky American actor on Broadway tooting their own horn. Goes from Beck to Balham, I block out the rest of the world while I shuffle through 3 rap albums. But reconstruction of both Oval and Kennington means I get off at Stockwell after 3 Claphams. Switching lines from Northern to Victoria felt quicker than switching gears in my dad's Vauxhall. Felt more natural than paradoxical, feeling whimsical past Pimlico, I hear euphoria at Victoria. 2 guys on a platform nearby, one singing, the other playing saxophone, both paired. I just have to run out and jump on their carriage to witness London talent all in one. They get all 4 corners of the carriage singing along to turn our circle line into a Sloane Square. Even got me hitting them high notes. Who knew this kid from South can sing a ton? I compliment the 2 creatives and hop off at Gloucester Road now. I need to go back to where I came from and leave this sound. As if I'm finally listening to my neighbours telling me to go back to my own country, but more time I'm just heading eastbound. So I get on a District Line tube the right way, I thought. But then the next stop turns out to be Earls Court. West Kensington means wrong direction. Honestly, I need a tube map nailed onto me with hammers because this is a myth. At this point, I'm just like, forget it. I might as well try all the lines before I get to London Bridge. I haven't been on the Hammersmith and City line before, so here I go for the pink switch. Oh, this man wearing shorts sits opposite me on the carriage from Goldhawk Road, spreads his legs so wide that everyone on my side wishes he had a less revealing dress code. But I can't bear to see that shepherd's bush past Wood Lane, so I leave that white city man for the central line before my face goes red and my brain goes insane. The stops after Holland Park make me remember one of my old friends. The one who introduced me to carnival at a young age, bussing 2-2 wine all over Notting Hill ends. Before I saw his mum bussing wine bottles open, crying why her stabbed son couldn't make his recent birthday turn in 2-2. London's youth violence is a lose-lose. Makes me sick realising how his area of this poem sounds too similar to the day he found peace, because his first headstone was actually arched with marble, and I'll never forget our pond on the streets. Jump on the Bakerloo to start cheering my brown face up. Piggyback the 2 circuses only separated by 1 stop. I'm on the dark blue line now, but I'm not feeling blue or dark anymore. I'm feeling confused. As I sit down on a busy carriage at Leicester Square, I look in the window to readjust my hair, and I clock this girl baitly pointing her phone camera at me. That was bare random, but did you think I couldn't see? I'm wondering, why was she taking a photo, a video? Got so many questions. Now I can imagine how women feel when they get their unwanted attention. Though this girl starts doing the same towards the passengers getting on at Covent Garden, I'm thinking, shall I just try to be polite and say, pardon, can you stop doing whatever you're doing, please, because I wasn't Holborn yesterday. But I didn't want to rustle any square feathers, and this king just can't be asked to get cross, so I get off at St Pancras. Remember, London Bridge is our destination, so I walk 20 minutes to Camden Road Station. Give my £5 spare change to the homeless person there, hoping that helps his situation. Guessing which commuter on my underground platform farted is now replaced by guessing which overground stop will be the biggest breath of fresh air. Bullets through Barnsbury to Highbury to Canonbury, like the buried enemies of Hackney John Wick, that shooting speed is unfair. Switching to Stratford Central Line and I see a pack of East End mice fighting for food on the floor. Reckon I could avoid them by jumping on the DLR, but now I remember the TfL quote of the day I just saw. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, I found. So I single step onto the next tube to continue my 1,000-mile ends journey on the underground. And I've just found that Liverpool Street has this line called the Metropolitan. The curiosity in my travels makes me feel like a true cosmopolitan, a purple solidus through this heavenly metropolis. More gateway to heaven, we're nearly at London Bridge as far as this poem goes. I'm banking on the Northern Line to bring my journey 1 more stop to a close. But now I remember the Waterloo and City and Jubilee lines if I want to tick all lines off my original checklist. I've been on everything else, so why not? These last 2 lines are just too hard to resist. Powering through like I'm on a speedboat to Waterloo, now all that's left is the Jubilee. This eager greyhound finally gets me to London Bridge finish line in 1 stop, 2 stop, 3. Now I've grown and learnt a lot on my journey through 106 stops and all 12 of the underground lines. That we should all learn to show love to each other, be respectful and simply enjoy the ride. That I should learn to read in between the lines of life, especially if it's on London's tube map. And before we step on the carriage of any of those lifelines, please remember to mind the gap.